Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're talking about algebraic expressions. Whenever we are given an expression with known variables, we find the value of the expression by substituting in the values for each variable and evaluating the expression. A variable is an unknown value which represents a number in an algebraic expression. An example of a variable would be the letter x, which would represent a different value depending on the expression. So for the first example, we are asked to evaluate the expression 3 multiplied by 2x plus 4y when x is equal to 5 and y is equal to minus 2. So in this case, our known variables are x and y, since the values of both x and y are given in the example. So we must substitute in the values for each variable and evaluate the expression. So substituting x and y into the expression, we are left with 3 multiplied by, and then in brackets, 2 multiplied by 5 plus 4 multiplied by minus 2. Simplifying inside the brackets, we are left with 3 multiplied by 10 minus 8, which simplifies to 3 multiplied by 2, and 3 multiplied by 2 is equal to 6. The second example states that we must evaluate the expression x squared plus 2xy plus y when our known variables x and y are equal to minus 2 and 4 respectively. So firstly, we have to substitute in our known variables. Substituting in for x and y, we are left with minus 2 squared plus 2 multiplied by minus 2 multiplied by 4 plus 4. This simplifies to 4 minus 16 plus 4, which is equal to minus 8. For our third example, we are asked to find the value of x when y is equal to 2 and z is equal to minus 1. So here, our known variables are y and z. The question also states that x is equal to the square root of 2y minus 4z. So substituting in our known variables y and z, we get x is equal to the square root of 2 multiplied by 2 minus 4 multiplied by minus 1. This simplifies to x is equal to the square root of 4 plus 4, which again simplifies to x is equal to the square root of 8. In the final example, we are asked to find the value of the expression 2 divided by 3x plus 6 minus 3 divided by 2y minus 2 when x is equal to 1/2 and y is equal to 3. So the first thing we do is we take our known variables and we sub them in. Once our known variables are substituted into the expression, we can then simplify the expression. As a first step, we can multiply 3 by 1/2 in the denominator of the first fraction, and 2 by 3 in the denominator of the second fraction. In the denominator of the first fraction, we can now add 3 divided by 2 plus 6. Now if you can remember from a previous video on rational numbers, in order to add or subtract two fractions, they must have a common denominator. So if we multiply 6 by the denominator of the first fraction divided by itself, or 2 divided by 2, we are left with 6 is equal to 12 divided by 2. This does not change the value of 6, since 12 divided by 2 is still equal to 6. So now that we have 6 is equal to 12 divided by 2, we can add 3 over 2 and 12 over 2, since they have the same common denominator. 3 plus 12 is 15, so 3 over 2 plus 12 over 2 is equal to 15 over 2. We can simplify the denominator of the second fraction by subtracting. So 6 minus 2 is equal to 4. So now for the first fraction, we have 2 divided by 15 over 2. If you recall from my video on rational numbers, dividing two fractions is the same as turning the second fraction upside down and multiplying them. We can think of 2 as 2 divided by 1, since 2 divided by 1 is equal to 2. So 2 over 1 divided by 15 over 2 is equal to 2 over 1 multiplied by 2 over 15. We also talked about multiplying two fractions. So when multiplying two different fractions together, we multiply the numerator by the numerator and the denominator by the denominator. So here we multiply 2 by 2, which gives us 4, and we multiply 1 by 15, which gives us 15. So we're left with the fraction 4 over 15. Now in order to subtract 4 over 15 by 3 over 4, the two fractions must have the same common denominator. So we can multiply each fraction by the denominator of the other fraction divided by itself in order to scale up the denominators so that they are equal to each other. This has no effect on the fraction, since multiplying a number by a different number divided by itself is essentially multiplying the number by 1, because any number divided by itself is equal to 1. So we get 16 divided by 60 minus 45 divided by 60. 16 minus 45 is equal to minus 29. So 16 over 60 minus 45 over 60 is equal to minus 29 over 60, which is our answer. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.